Today we're going to start our unit on solving equations. To solve an equation means to figure out what number would work in place of the variable. Could you look at this equation right here and see if you could figure it out and do this in your head? Most people cannot do that, but I'm going to teach you enough skills in this unit that you will be able to solve this problem. The trick with solving equations is you need to show your work so that you can take your time and carefully proceed throughout the problem. Without showing work, you're going to start getting lost. For example, this equation in front of you. If you know all the work steps, we can make this problem pretty simple. So let's get started. First of all, what is an equation? Well, an equation is mathematical expressions that are set equal to another. So what do we have to have an equation? Well, we have to have an equal sign in there. We've been working with algebraic expressions and numerical expressions. They did not have any equal signs. So now we have equal signs. So an example could be like if you have 2x equals 8, or x divided by 5 equals 2, or x plus 1 equals 3. Notice all of those have equal signs. Some examples of things that are not equations would be like 2x plus x plus 1. That is just an algebra expression. It does not have an equal sign. So to get started on solving equations, I want you to think about if I give you an equation, for example, like this, 2x equals 8, what that means is 2 times some number is 8. So what I need to do is I have to go backwards to figure out 2 times what number is 8. How do I go backwards? I do the opposite. And the opposite of multiplying would be dividing. So I would take 8 and divide it by 2 to figure out that 2 times 4 is 8. So let's work on doing the opposites. So I know that you're just listening to this video right now, but think about doing the opposite of what I say. If I say raise your right arm, what would the opposite be? It would be raising your left arm. If I say hop on your right foot, what would the opposite be? It would be hopping on your left foot. So just keep in mind this idea of opposites. Solving an equation is always just kind of going backwards until we can figure out what that variable is. And to go backwards, we're always going to be doing the opposite. So you have a foldable in front of you that has opposites, and we're going to get started on that. But first of all, let's just review what the opposite of all of our different operations are. So the opposite of adding is subtracting, or vice versa. The opposite of subtracting is adding. The opposite of multiplying is dividing, and the vice versa of that, I should have one more circle, the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So keep in mind that those are opposite operations, and that's going to help us in solving equations. All right, the first problems in your foldable, are solving equations that involve addition. So all these equations here have addition sign. Now this is something that you had last year, so let's review the steps of solving an equation. Remember, an equation is like a balance scale. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So like a balance scale, if I add something to one side, I've got to add it to the other to keep it level. Or if I take something away and the scale goes up, I've got to take something away from the other side of the scale so the other side goes up, because we've got to keep it even because each side has to be equal. So what I'd like you to do to get started, when you solve an equation, let's draw a line down that equal sign. And whatever we do to one side of the line when we solve the problem, we're going to have to do to the other. So looking at my first problem here, number 1, I have y plus 6 equals 9. Focus on the side that only has the variable on it. So imagine putting your finger over that 9, and you can do that on your screen. You want to get that y all by itself. So what's happening with that y? Well, 6 is being added to it. So you want to do the opposite of adding 6. So you want to subtract 6. So you're going to put subtract 6 minus 6 on each side of that line, because what you do to one side, you do to the other. Now on the left side of the line, 6 and a positive 6 and a negative 6, or 6 minus 6, which they mean the same thing, they cancel each other out. So you're just left with y. And then 9 minus 6 gives you 3. And you always just bring down that equal sign. So my answer is y equals 3. How would I know if that's right or not? Well, remember how we took out the variables we put in numbers? I could put in a 3 where that y is. Is it true? Is 3 plus 6 equal to 9? Yes, that checks out. Let me do one where the variable is on the opposite side so you can get a feel for that. Let's look at number 3 together. In number 3, the a is on the right side of our equal sign. So again, cover up the left side with your finger, cover up the negative 3, focus on the side only with the variable a. I want to get a all alone, so I want to get rid of that plus 4, or get rid of adding 4. So I want to do the opposite. I want to subtract 4. I'm going to do that on both sides because we've got to keep it level. On the left side, negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. On the right side, the 4, positive 4 and negative 4, or 4 minus 4, cancel. So I'm going to draw a line through that, and I'd like you to do that too. All I have left now is the letter A, and I bring my equal sign down. I can just leave it like that, or if I want to rewrite it as A equals negative 7, I could do that also. Now, please hit pause and do number 2 and 4. All right, let's take a minute and let's look at number 2 and number 4 and check your work. Make sure that you've showed on both sides of the line what you were at or subtracting in these cases. So right here and right here, make sure you show what you've done at each side and then show me your answer. And I would like to also see that you drew a line through the things that cancel each other out and make a 0. Finally, let's look at number 5. See if you could set it up, hit pause, then hit play when you are ready. All right, so sum means add. The sum of a number and 3 is negative 2. So we're adding a number and 3, that's x plus 3. Is means equals, that's where that goes, and you have negative 2. The equation you should have made is x plus 3 equals negative 2. Again, focus only on the side where you see the variable. I see it right here. I want to get that all alone. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. These cancel, and negative 2 minus 3 gives me that negative 5, and that's my answer. Notice all of my work. I want to see your line drawn down. I want to see what you subtracted from both sides, and I want to see your answer. All right, so that's how you solve equations that involve addition. Now let's look at some equations that involve subtraction. And again, please keep taking notes in your yellow packet. All right, all of these equations involve subtraction. What is the opposite of subtraction? The opposite of subtraction is addition. So on these problems today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding. So again, what I'd like for you to do is focus on the side where you see the x. Sometimes it helps if you actually circle that variable. We want to get that all alone. So to get rid of subtracting 2 or this negative 2, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. On the left side, these both cancel, and I just have an x left over. I bring my equal sign down, and on the right side, I have 3. So my answer is x equals 3. I can check it by going back to the original problem, putting a 3 in where the x is, and 3 minus 2 does equal 1, and that's my check. Let me show you one more. Let's look at number 8. Number 8, I have r minus 4 equals negative 2. So again, I'm going to circle that letter r. I want to get it all alone. So I want to do the opposite of subtracting 4. The opposite of that is adding 4. I'm going to put it on both sides of my line. And on the left side, the negative 4 and the positive 4 cancel and give me 0. So I have an r left, and that's it. I bring my equal sign down. And on the right side, negative 2 plus 4 is 2. And notice when I'm adding my things together, I draw this little line to show that I'm adding them, and that's kind of like my equals line. I could check it by putting 2 in right here. Is 2 minus 4 equal to negative 2? Put it in your calculator. It checks out. All right, please hit pause and try number 7 and 9. Okay, check your work for number 7 and 9. Does it look like mine? On number 7, did you add 3 to both sides? Did you draw a line to show that you were canceling these out? Did you draw the lines underneath your problems here to show you were adding? And did you get y equals 7? On number 9, did you show me that you were adding 8 to both sides? Did you draw this line to show these cancel? Did you get that negative 1 is what q is equal to? I need to see all of this work, because if we're going to solve those harder problems, we have to know the work to solve the easy problems. Try number 10, hit pause, and hit play when you are ready. All right, remember the word decrease means subtract. We had that on our last test. And it says if you decrease a number by 4, so that's n minus 4, or you can use whatever variable you want. The result is, that means equals, and then you have negative 5. So we have n minus 4 is negative 5. Notice I drew my line coming down. Notice I added 4 on both sides to try to get that n all alone. These canceled. I drew a line through those, and I have n equals negative 1. This is all the work that I want to see on your paper. The next problems I'm going to show you are equations that involve multiplication. Remember, the opposite of multiplication is division. So in number 1, if I want to get this letter z all by itself, I have to undo the fact that this 4 is being multiplied by z. Remember, when we don't put a symbol, it means they're multiplied. So to undo 4 being multiplied by z, I have to divide by 4. And what I do to one side of the equation, I do to the other. So you're going to draw your line, show me you're dividing by 4 on both sides. On the left side, 20 divided by 4 is 5. And on the right side, remember that any number over itself just equals 1. And I don't need to write 1z. I can just write z. I bring my equal sign down. I circle my answer. That's the work I want to see. Try numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit pause and hit play when you are ready. All right, let's look at your work and see if you have the same as me. On problem number 2, you should have showed me that you divided both sides by negative 8. You should have shown me that negative 8 over negative 8 just equals 1. And so I don't need to write 1g. I could just write g, and I have g equals negative 3. Number 3, you should have shown me you divided both sides by negative 6. Showed me these canceled, and you should have e equals negative 5. On number 4, you should have shown me that you divided by negative 9 on both sides. Showed me that these cancel, and you get h equals 8. And finally, problem number 5, product means multiply. And when you write a number and 5, the product of them, that is just 5n, is equals negative 35. You should have shown me that you divided by 5 on both sides, and you get n equals 7. Negative 7, excuse me. And one thing I want to note, if you notice, nowhere did I use dot, bar, dot for my division sign. We don't do that. We're only going to show division by making a fraction. All right, now let's look at one-step equations that involve division. This is our last type of one-step equation, equations where the variable is being divided by a number. So looking at number 6, the letter x right here is being divided by 4. So to get that x all alone, I have to do the opposite of dividing by 4, and that's multiplying by 4. So here's the work I'd like to see. I'd like to see that you're showing me you're multiplying by 4 by putting that number off to the left and to the right to show me that you're multiplying by it. Now, 4 is like 4 over 1, and remember we can cancel numbers along a diagonal when I have one fraction times another, which is what I have made here. And so those cancel each other out, and I just have a 1x, which is x. And on the right side, I have 7 times 4, which is 28. I could check that by putting 28 back in for the x right here, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. So I know that it checks out. Let's try one more together. Let's go ahead and look at number 8 since the variable is on the opposite side. Again, focus on the side of your equation where your variable is. R is being divided by 2. So what I want to do on both sides is the opposite of that, which is multiply by 2. I'm kind of running out of room on this left side here. So on the right side, these 2's are going to cancel if I put this one over 1. And I just have the r all by itself. That was the goal. On the left side, if I have 2 times negative 12, I get negative 24. And so if I check it, negative 24 divided by 2 is negative 12. I know it checks out. Try the final 3 problems, please. Hit pause and play when you are ready. Okay, check your answers to 7, 9, and 10. Please look at my work and see how you did. You can hit pause, and I'm almost out of time on my video. So if you have any questions, then please ask me.